It goes without saying that we all enjoy isekai anime and have personal favorites. There is no problem with enjoying popular anime, but we should also appreciate lesser-known anime from time to time. So in today's video, I'll talk about the top 10 isekai anime that are underrated and you may have never seen. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Shining Hearts. After a great storm, a mysterious girl named Kaguya washed ashore on the island of Windaria. Rick, a swordsman who ended up working at the island's bakery, comes across her. Kaguya appears to be suffering from the loss of her memories and emotions. Furthermore, the normally peaceful Windaria is now overrun with pirates looking for the special spirit stone that is worn around Kaguya's neck. Knowing what was going on, Rick and his coworkers, Nellis, Amal, and Eri, decided to restore peace to the island and assist Kaguya in regaining her lost memories and emotions. Arata Kangatari. Arata, a young boy from a noble family in Animaxo, has always expected to make his own way in life, until word of the princess's deterioration reaches his city. His grandmother had claimed he was female at birth, and now, with no other girls to succeed the princess from the matriarchal Hein clan, he is next in line for the throne. Arata, disguised as a woman awaiting a replacement, witnesses the princess's assassination attempt by none other than her own guard, the 12 Shinsho. The crime is pinned on his head, forcing Arata to flee to the Kando forest, where no one ever returns the same. Meanwhile, in modern-day Japan, Arata Hinohara longs to be free of his classmates' cruelty. When he hears his name called from an alley, he deviates from his path and unintentionally switches universes with Arata from Animaxo. Hinohara sets out to restore order to this new world with the help of his companions he meets along the way and his own power as a newly awakened Sho warrior able to wield Hayagami, weapons with godly power. Dropkick On My Devil. Yurine Hanazono, a girl with a knack for the occult, has summoned the demon Jashin-chan to Earth. Unfortunately, Yurine does not know how to return Jashin-chan to Hell. She is now stranded on Earth and must live as Yurine's familiar. The only way for Jashin-chan to return is to kill her summoner, but for the inept demon, this is easier said than done. Yurine does not hold back in attacking Jashin-chan with a variety of weapons, punishing her in gruesome ways for her evil schemes because she is immortal and can regenerate her body. Jashin-chan is also frequently visited by her demon friends, the kind-hearted Gorgon Medusa and the energetic Minotaur, Manosu, who appear much more well-behaved in comparison and oppose her plans to murder Yurine. Jashin-chan Dropkick is a comedy about two reluctant roommates and their strange antics as they try to survive their cat and mouse relationship. Thermae Roma Nova. Lucius Modestus, an ancient Roman architect, is looking for work because he is having difficulty coming up with new ideas. As his demeanor and personality deteriorate, his friends attempt to relax him by taking him to a bathhouse. Lucius dips his head in the water, unable to relax in the crowded bath. Down there, he discovers a secret tunnel that transports him to a modern-day Japanese bathhouse, where he finds inspiration for a new creation. Lucius, armed with what appears to be knowledge far ahead of his time, does his best to recreate his findings, which are usually of poor quality due to his circumstances. However, his sheer ingenuity may be enough to reclaim his reputation as an architect and gain the attention of the citizens. ID Invaded. The Mizhenum system is a cutting-edge technology that allows people to enter one of the most fascinating places on the planet, the human mind. Detectives from the specialist police squad Kure can manifest a criminal's unconscious mind as a bizarre stream of thoughts in a virtual world by using so-called cognition particles left behind at a crime scene by the perpetrator. Their mission is to investigate this psychological plane known as a ID well in order to identify the perpetrator. You can't just walk into the ID wells, you have to have killed someone first. This is the case for former detective Akido Narisago, known as Sakaido within the ID Wells. Tragically, he was once a respected member of the police force, and he soon found himself on the wrong side of the law. Despite this, Narisago continues to aid Kura in his confinement. While his prodigious detective skills continue to be useful in investigations, Narisago discovers that not everything is as it appears, as a much more sinister truth lurks behind the seemingly isolated series of murder cases. Copcraft. A hyperspace gate appeared in the middle of the Pacific Ocean 15 years ago, connecting Earth to a strange world filled with fairies and monsters. Over 2 million of these otherworldly visitors made San Teresa their home. Unfortunately, the population boom brought with it its own set of issues: drugs, prostitution, and trafficking. To combat the rampant crime lurking in the city's shadows, the San Teresa Metropolitan Police Department established a new department. Despite his penchant for breaking the rules, former JSDF soldier Ki Matoba is one of the best cops the department has to offer. After a fairy trafficking case goes wrong, Ki loses Rick Fury, his 4-year friend and partner, prompting him to embark on a vengeance quest. The department pairs him with Talarna Exidilica, a Farbani Kingdom noble, to assist him with the case. Her duty as a Knight of Merver is to save the noble fairy that Ki met during his previous case. Despite his dislike for non-humans, he agrees to the arrangement because his superiors have requested it. Now the unlikely pair must work together and overcome their differences in order to return the missing fairy to her rightful place. Show by Rock. Show by Rock is a fantastic musical adventure. Begins when Cyan decides to play her favorite rhythm game and finds herself sucked into a world called Midi City, where music reigns supreme. She discovers that anyone who can create amazing and powerful music can also control the city. Not all music, however, is pure. An evil plan is in the works to engulf Midi City in darkness. Is it too late for Cyan to intervene? Cyan Hijirikawa has always considered herself to be nothing more than an ordinary girl living in a mediocre world. She has incredible talent and guitar skills, but she lacks the confidence to take the first step towards realizing her dream of playing in a band and becoming a music millionaire. She had no idea that she possessed a great power, the ability to defeat evil with her magical music. In a world where music is everything, join Cyan, Chuchu, Retori, and Mo. Alice in Borderland. Ryuhei Arisu, a high school student who is worried about the future, frequently escapes reality. Arisu and his best friends, Daikichi Karube and Chowda Segawa, wait for the first train to arrive in the morning after hanging out at a bar. Suddenly, a colorful display of fireworks explodes in the sky, and a massive blinding firework knocks them out. The trio returns to the bar, covered in dust, to discover that the city has devolved into a barren wasteland. Instead of being concerned, Arisu enjoys the freedom of this lifeless city for the first time in his life. His happiness, however, is cut short when the group enters a festival venue hastily. They think the place is a dream when they see its delicacies and lively ambience. Little do they know, it will be the setting for their first deadly game. Arisu and his friends slowly enter the mysterious Borderland, an unknown country where every game puts their lives at risk, and a single misstep can lead to their demise. Kuromukuro. The United Nations Kurobe Research Institute was established in Japan at the turn of the century to investigate an ancient artifact discovered during the construction of the Kurobe Dam. Scientists from all over the world have gathered at the facility to study the object, while their children attend Meiji Tate International Senior High School. Yukina Shirahane, a reserved high school girl, is the facility's head scientist's daughter. Yukina solves a piece of the artifact's puzzle while visiting her mother at the facility. Kenisu Takasada Uma, a young samurai from the Sengoku era, appears in front of her, much to her surprise. As a threat from space approaches, Yukina, along with Kenisuke, finds herself defending Earth from the invading forces. Along the way, she discovers Kendasuke's mystery and the reason he is so determined to protect her. Boy Kongming. Siege Kongming was regarded as one of the greatest tacticians of 3rd century China's Three Kingdoms period. Kongming, Aiko's immense musical potential, vows to make the world recognize her and soon